Yeah. I did a ton of work, a ton of prep, and I mean I was just in a good rhythm. The time off was well spent working on my body and preparing for my return.
Was good, P's Law in LA. I got to ask about the end of the game there. Obviously, Kawhi had the go ahead, the game time bucket, the putback, and then the game winner. You kind of had a big role in both. Like you a lot moved for that open three, got the tip to get it to Kawhi for the putback, and then I think you kind of alerted everybody to clear out because Kawhi had that ice on the right block. Like what was going through your mind with all those sequences and how did you see it play out?
Yeah, I mean when John kicked it out, I took a quick glance, saw the clock. We had enough time. Defender was closing out, so rather than shooting a tough contested one, attacked again, put pressure at the rim. They stepped up, and I saw Marcus there wide open. And then, I mean, at that point, you just continue playing. The possession, was right there. So I knew, if they would have got the ball, it wasn't like they was going to push it down. They was going to wait to be fouled. So that was an opportunity to kind of go all in and make a play at the rim off the offensive rebound, make a play right there. I was lucky to tap it to Kawhi, and he finished it. And then, late in the game, the last shot, I just saw how the play was opening up. First, it was Rozier on him, so I tried to get that quick early one. But anytime, you see Kawhi going to his spot, that's where he's comfortable, and that's where we're comfortable. So swung the ball. I wanted to get it to him right there, and him he took us home on that shot.
Hey Paul, what's going on? Before the game, Ty was talking about how he was excited. He said that he felt like this is the start of something new with you guys all back together. Kind of like the next portion of your season was starting
Mm-hmm.
tonight. In a big picture sense, how important are these next 3 or 4 weeks to help you guys kind of get up to speed after losing a lot of time, a lot of continuity with the injuries?
Super important. Super important. I mean, this is really a great opportunity to kind of get back on track. We've been playing well when we were healthy, so we can get back on track, start building towards the team that we're trying to be. Both myself and Kawhi getting back integrated with the team, and I think everyone now starting to have a defined role. I know a lot of guys were picking up slack because of Kawhi and I's absent, but I think now we can start getting to our roles and start shaping up, into the team. And then, hopefully we're playing well. We get Norm back, and we can start really rolling.
Thanks, man.
Pete, good seeing you back, man. Because Kawhi is making this comeback, it's been a little disjointed for all of you guys with Kawhi after a year off. How big do you think a game like this, even though it was like Charlotte in the middle of December, is for him to actually hit shots like this, get to his spots, but have a moment like that at the end for not just him, but also all you guys, as you guys really try to come back together, man?
Yeah, I mean it's extremely, extremely important. I think we're seeing him more and more get to his spots. We're seeing him get comfortable. We're seeing him be more aggressive as the games go on. And he looked like himself. He looked like himself. He took the shots that the defense gave him. And his playmaking is always special with his ability to get in the paint and use his body. So I mean, watching him, it's him just getting back to home for him. This is his happy place, his zone right here. So we're gonna continue to support him around him, and again, it just comes down to everybody now being in their roles and shining within that.
Hey PG, great to see you back. You guys are about the 30% mark of the season now completed for you guys. When we've asked you guys multiple times, you guys have said it's really hard to take anything away from this first kind of portion because you guys haven't been healthy. I don't want to call it a waste, but is there like an added sense of urgency to really get it going quicker than you maybe would earlier because so much of the season has already gone by?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I mean, at the end of the day, we just want to be playing great at the right time. So not necessarily. There's no urgency on it. We're a team that's we should be winning games. We should be one of the better teams when the season ends. But in the big picture, we just want to be playing well at the right time. So as long as and I've always said this, as long as we're learning on the fly, as long as we're learning each game, how to get better, how to prepare, how to win, how to finish, how to dominate, that's what matters. Again, we'll be one of those teams that's playing at the end. We just have to start forming and shaping up as the season goes on.
APG, the starting lineup, because of guys being in and out, I think you guys have only played like 50 minutes together so far this season. But you guys, over the last couple of years, like you guys have played a ton. Where do you see the lineup at right now going forward?
In terms of what?
In terms of how you guys are playing right now.
How our lineup will be?
How the starting lineup is doing right now, because you guys have only played 50 minutes together so far this year.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're doing well. I mean, you guys know the stats more than we do, the analytical stuff behind all of that. So, I mean, I'll put that question on you.
Do you want me to answer that? Or
Yeah, I mean, that's not a number or a stat that I got in my back pocket. So,
I mean, offensively, you guys look like you're generating the shots that you want to generate. Is it one of those things where when those shots fall, it'll look better than it does right now for you?
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. I mean, you'll see games like how we had in San Antonio, where we were creating. Our assist was through the roof. Our shot making was through the roof. Our three ball was through the roof. So, I mean, you'll see games like that with the depth we have, with the guys that can put pressure, that can play make, that can score, shot make. I mean, you'll see, nights like that. It's hard to gauge that just because earlier the year, we were still trying to figure it out. We were still trying to, integrate Y back into the system. We were still trying to play, around him, play with him. And so, I honestly believe the beginning of the season is not a good indicator of how we've played. But we will be a good team. We'll be a great offensive team and defensive team. So I think going forward is where you can start to track that.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.